let's just get back into it where we were. Because I think we were towards the end of this episode. And Abdur, I can also tell you, this game is great for just popping in because every chapter, every episode is its own thing. It's pretty good. The anime came out after the game. Ah. Okay. I believe. Fantasia! Happy Monday. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? They were trying to defend our bro. A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder. Also, Abdur, I'm trying to do stupid voices for pretty much all of them. 1 second, guys. Move over just a little bit. There we go. I feel better. Do you think he killed him? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone else's life. Never. Watch what happened in the beginning of this chapter on YouTube, so I should be able to follow along better. Oh yeah, nice. The weird thing about this game is still, they show who kills the person at the beginning. Then you just have to prove it. Yo, how's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I had some swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh yes. I do remember feeling faint. I love how clueless Maya is. Right on. Tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? What? Me? My heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that, bro. Come on. I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy! Well, you guys should be bowing before me. Bow before your hero, man. Freaking butts, man. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did! If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty... edgy. I mean, can you really know how he tell he's doing the truth at night? Sorry, I'm really tired today. And that fits his character perfectly. Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me. Right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you? Why Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me? Enough with the silent treatment. That's pretty funny. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? This game came out for the Switch? Yeah, I think when the HD came out, it came out for PC and Switch. Switch has been getting a lot of great, like, maybe not only Switch games, but enough to where it's a, like, because you can take this to go. It's a portable console. It's so good. Of course, you could play it on the first portable console, which was the Nintendo DS, and play it anyway. I mean, he changed recently, true, but when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. You want to give Gensu? Is that RPG you were playing, Fantasia? What was that when you two were was that when you two were classmates? Yeah, in grade school. They saved me. Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know? What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Sorry, I kind of forgot. You know, Fantasia, before you do that, I'm not 100% sure I would play it. So I would need to look into it before. I wouldn't want you to waste any money on it. I think I would, but I don't want to say that and then end up not liking it, because then I feel horrible. Okay, Nick, I'm out with it. I'm going to hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. As Spiff pops open his water, because there's going to be a lot of reading. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. A class trial? Oh, I guess that's not a lot of reading. You remember, Larry? Spring, and in 3rd grade, kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Yeah, please do, Fantasia. I want to make absolutely sure it's a game I would play before anybody does that. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with 38 bucks still inside. Okay, wait. 2014. Take away 15 years. 1999. 38 bucks for lunch? Maybe for the week? That's a lot. Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So they thought you did it? Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. And the teacher let this happen? So the next day, we held a class trial, with me as the defendant. Dude, the teacher's all for this! This is rude! I didn't do it! Guilty! He did it! Guilty! He did it! Give me the money back! You're such a meanie. Just admit you did it. You can't hide the truth. We aren't gonna play with you anymore. You shouldn't be allowed in the relay race. Give me back my 50 cents I loaned you. What a rude. Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. Dude, even in the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. I'm about to go up there and smack a teacher. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad, I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. Objection! You shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles? Objection! It wasn't you who stole the money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Oh, wow, I didn't remember that part. So Miles's money was stolen. And everyone else thought, oh, wow. Wow. Oof. You don't need proof, make him sorry. Why don't y'all just shut up, meanie heads? This is how it always was, everybody ganging up on picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Way to go, Butts. You the Butts. Very well, I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. The thing is, Fantasia, apparently Miles didn't accuse him. Because then he said, oh, if he didn't do it, I don't think he did it because I don't have any proof. Everybody else started thinking it was him because he was the only one not in PE class. After that, 3 of us were best of friends. Yeah, that teacher was, like, super out of line. I want to smack her upside the head. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally. That's true. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after the class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm gonna become a defense attorney just like my father. Famous attorney. Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident? Yeah. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Because he learned under freaking Von Karma. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not like Edgy and I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him, but I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he had become. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney, to meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. This is a horrible reason to go into a profession. That's actually... oof. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one is on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. Yeah, I'm in the... yeah. Whoa, Nick. So is this why you helped me out for free? Yeah, it is. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Oh, Nick! Nick! Snake! Nick, we have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. Yeah, very well, maybe. First, there's that rental boat shopkeeper. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Boop. Throws it out the window. You look as grim as always. Huh. Edgeworth, I heard this story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it, in 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me, anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason. You don't tell him that. He's gonna think we have a soft, like... No! Ridiculous. Thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple. To a fault, even. Well, maybe yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Give me things! Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, that man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That'd be Robert Hammond, the guy who died. On that day, 15 years ago, the 3 of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocence. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick? He is a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, he is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent. Ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty, perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth, if what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right! Now's no time to praise the enemy, Edgeworth. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, dang. We'll save the park for last. He's out again. When does he work anyway? That's a good point. When does this guy actually work? Wow. Okay, back to detention center, and so we can go to criminal affairs, see if Gumshoe has anything for us. Check if Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet. Gumshoe? He won't be coming back today. Really? Yeah, he said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow. Yeah, we're looking for the boat shop dude. Shouted something about catching him if he's the last thing I do, pal. Catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. Pretty much. Good luck, Gumshoe. Alright, now we can go to the lake. I doubt there's gonna, like, is there gonna be something brand new? I feel like we've gone everywhere. Hey, pal. Long time no see. Thanks. Grossberg's at another trial? That's true. Could be. I'm pretty sure he's on vacation, though. You know, he's got to save up for his next $2 million painting. Close one today, eh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Yeah, sorry about that. He is his own boss, it's true. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty as a police officer. Oh yeah, we're gonna check the safe, don't you worry. I'm off to catch me a criminal. That's right, Brick. Because it's the date. What's the date we needed to know? Oh, one other thing. Ah! No one can go into the woods today. The woods? Where Lotta was camping? The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. So no one can go in for a while. I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Okay, I was wondering if he was going to come back randomly again for no reason. The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. Guess Larry's too busy worrying about Edgeworth to show up for work. And it's silent, so I'm not going to look around. That old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Oh my gosh. He didn't go on vacation. Hello. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of a fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Grossberg? This is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow.
That is true, yes. But for what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right?
Well, I'm not too sure about that.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm not sure. That's fair. Said it was not sure, so that's fair.
If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I might be able to offer some assistance.
Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here, anyway? Who knows? Probably being a Grossberg. Into the shack! Nobody's home. Hello! Hello! Hey, it's Polly! Wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. Open up the safe, please. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228, right? Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Aww. But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value. True. Not so sure. Let's see. There might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Aw, boring! There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. That's an interesting thing to write on a letter. Let's read the whole thing. Okay. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the 2 men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder in plot and detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. So wait, he was just following instructions? It's all here in perfect detail. It's used perfect a few times already. What do you think this means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for the caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for sure. This letter is an amazing clue. Well then. Okay, nothing left. I just want to make sure I checked everything. Don't worry about it, okay? Fish. Food. Everything's cold. Again, I'm not going to let what happened last time where I ended up not having a bunch of things I could check. Alright, Polly, what else you got for me? Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick? You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. At least know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something. Okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. Great, now the bird's gonna hate me. Well, yeah. Probably. Okay. Well, that was a great little start to investigating. And again, we're waiting for sounds. Nice, Dim. Are you doing Hitman 2 as like a stealth run, or are you doing it more of, like, run and gun? Because there are, again, several ways you could do that. Edgeworth. See this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where the boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge? Me? Who's that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something? Or he's the only other guy that we don't know the name of, Yoni Yogi. Nice, Wright. But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he's following this letter then? Which means there was someone else behind it. Now's the time to get revenge on the 2 men who ruined your life. 2 men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond. It also says this is your last chance. Last chance. Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6. Wait. That old man. Do you know who he is? Could he be Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Talk to me, good friend. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. He just happened to be in the elevator together 15 years ago. When the earthquake happened. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long it felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want out! Help, get us out! Don't shout, you just use up more oxygen. As I shout. You know, that's actually really weird. Why is the elevator airtight? That's a fun way to play it, Dim. That's the way I would play it if I did. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at a ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of a murder. I think the time has come to tell all. The court found him innocent and the killer was never found. Basically, there was no killer for that murder. Because the only one they could say was found innocent. Meaning it wasn't him, which means, yes, they don't know who the killer is. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. You don't think that's a problem, man? The same dream for 15 years? I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier! I want help! Help! Get us out! Don't shout! You'll just use more oxygen! I can't breathe. You're using up my air! What? Stop breathing my air! I'll stop you! What? What are you... Stop breathing my air! Father! He's attacking Father! Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I picked up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. That's pretty creepy. But that's just a dream, right? Not the same dream for 15 years, Maya. Can you... Like, there's a problem there. The thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. That is just a dream. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shout out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, the letter makes sense. Get revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Whoa. Wait, you mean... It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. Well, that's bad. What are we gonna do, Nick? What can we do? That's pretty bad. I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DLX6 incident, maybe. Oh, the Fat Man. There is someone who knows about it. Go to the Fat Man. Fat Man! Fat Man! Fat Man! Mr. Grossberg!
Hello there, what's wrong? You look troubled.
No kidding, I can't believe you're not. I thought that was DL6 2? No, just DL6.
Just calm down and tell me what happened, hmm?
It's Mr. Edgeworth. He.
I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father.
It's only a dream. Only a dream. So the case with Maya's mother was DL6. Yes. It's that same trial that since they couldn't figure out who the murderer was, they used Maya's mom to contact, essentially, Edgeworth's dad, and then he fingered the bailiff, who is now the old man, who was found innocent. It's all the same incident.
I wonder. If that's the case, then why don't you two look so troubled,
Well...
Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles. So deep, he would want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream, it was real. As you imagined, Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. Pistol fired, and the deed was done.
No! I don't believe it!
Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close.
Talk to me! What do you know about Mr. Edgeworth's father?
He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. He may have had one peer, now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey.
My sister?
Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques.
That's no surprise.
Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies, evidence that are nothing to him. And forged evidence are nothing to him. Alright. The result, he has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. He lost, and died in despair, as it were.
I see.
But when Gregory was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty.
I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi.
Yet Yogi was found innocent.
That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud.
That's right, everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you were killed by your kid, you wouldn't say, my kid killed me. You wouldn't let that, you wouldn't know.
Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him.
I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? That's actually... It's pretty BA, not gonna lie.
It's only a possibility, mind you, but a possibility nonetheless.
One day left, Nick. That was me going to different places until something happened. I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. Oh, I guess we're still going somewhere. Ferris Department? Lake. Oops. Wrong one. Sorry. Okay. This better not be one of those again. I'll still here. Let's see what she says. Just do what you wanted. That doesn't help me. Hey, listen. Soul-Tide deal 6 edition. We better find out as much as we can about the murder. Something up. Okay. So I guess we'll talk to Edgeworth and the Fat Man until we get something new. Anything new we can present? It was that case that changed my life. And tomorrow, on December 28th, its statute of limitation runs out. Tomorrow. Could that be a coincidence? But even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Poor Edgeworth. Nick, no! That's a photo of his father! Don't show him that! Oh, yeah, good point. Now probably isn't a good time to dredge up those memories. What is it? Nothing, 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 nothing. I already did this. That's how we got the other part of dialogue. Why do we still have the metal detector? Oh, okay, that's a good idea. Show that to Grossberg. Yeah, we probably have plenty of things we can like show him.
Oh, this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following it when he killed Hammond.
Why kill Robert Hammond?
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but his defended clients not for his sake, but for his own.
His own sake?
He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability.
But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. You'll understand soon enough. Wait.
What is it?
This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before, a long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have an idea who wrote this?
Probably not Edgeworth, probably not him, so probably Karma. Could it be Manfred Von Karma?
How would he have something to do with it?
Well, I'm not sure.
Von Karma. Right, you're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports.
But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill. Wow, Manfred's a jerk. I didn't know. What does this mean then? Why would Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth?
If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth has accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I think.
That was a very good suggestion, Brick. And it worked. We didn't go running around for 20 minutes.
He'll press the point until the court finds Miles guilty.
But how could Von Karma know about Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare.
That I don't know. Yet I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He'd be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory.
What do you mean?
It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred.
What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma?
Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Edgeworth's accusation stood.
Yeah, he was a jerk.
It was the only penalty Von Karma ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
Must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see.
Vacation?
An unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in many years of his prosecution.
He doesn't take vacations? How does he recharge? Several months vacation, that sounds like Rossberg. Yeah, that, you know, they should be peas in a pod. Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. You have a strange idea about vacations, Maya.
In any case, that was the only time he took vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot.
If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma's gonna bring up DL6, you can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him.
Mr. Wright, I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know.
I know. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. Von Karma is German, so he's definitely been to Europe. Good point. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty.
Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest.
Mr. Grossberg, thanks.
I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim.
I understand. Police materials, huh? So do I go there and look? Or is he looking? There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy. Oh, it's you! I don't think Gumshoe will come back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again. Well, no, I can't have anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma's in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's in there. He's there. Von Karma? Yeah, he just arrived, actually. Why is Von Karma in there? Let's hurry. Dusty as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. On Karma. Open drawer. One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. Label says unsolved cases. Evidence. Unsolved. Nick! The file for DL6. Oh! DL6 is completely empty. Nani? What are you doing in there? Oh gosh, he looks freaky straight on. Wow. Yeah, I need a profile, not a portrait. Whoa. That's pretty oof. That's smaller, like narrower head than I thought. Because when he's sideways, he's got more of a look. Von Karma. You. How do you know my name? Have we met? What are you saying? We see each other every day. We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team. Defense team? I beg your pardon, you see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They are like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed. I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right? A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always second-rate. Mr. Von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you? Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why? Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record. So you did, but I don't get it. What I don't get is, why'd you take his son under your wing afterwards? Son of your most bitter rival. That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow's trial will be the last day of his trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt. His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know that Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow. We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6. I'm afraid to present this because then I feel like he's going to take it. Fool! Fool! Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder? Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter? Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You saved me a lot of needless hassle. What? Nick! What is that thing? A stun gun? For self-defense, usually. Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it, usually. Now give me the letter. No! No! Whoa, what are you... Nick, run! Ah! Oh, dude, Maya's getting tased. Maya! Out of my way. What a jerk. He tased us, bro. The letter's gone, of course. Shouldn't there be cameras down there? Took the DL6 evidence, all of it. Back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya! She has a petite frame. Maya, open your eyes. Why is she always crying? Maya! Is it Maya or Maya? I don't know. The letter. Did he take it? Huh? Oh, yeah. Are you okay? I couldn't stop him. Jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. No good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now, when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Maya? There has to be some way I can help her. Better do something about her self-confidence first. Maya. She's holding something. Ooh, she got something! DL6 evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. Yeah, Maya! Woo! That's a freaking anime move. Where you like dash to get something, and they ended up like knocking you out and taking something, but then you took something even better. Yeah, that's an anime move. It needs to have a name though. I don't know what you should call it. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. You're great eye candy. Just one more year. One more. Oh wait, we're in Japan. We're good.